Welcome, everyone. You've reached Grandma Mo. Appreciate it if you can hit that subscribe button for me. We're growing the channel here. So we're covering the games that were Tuesday on September 2nd. And, we had two really impactful games being played today for the playoffs. You had the Fever and the Mercury. The Fever are, fighting to stay in it. And, the Mercury are trying to get that second place position. So, they are tied with Vegas and Atlanta, all with 14 losses. And they're all 26 and 14 now since the Mercury won the game. And by defeating the Fever, that has secured a playoff spot for New York, which that was going to be pretty likely anyway, if not this game, next game. But, this was a hard-fought game. The Fever had great performances from Kelsey Mitchell and Lexi Hull. I mean, Lexi Hull has been... I've always loved watching her because she hustles more than just about any other player on the floor from any team. She's always 120%. But she doesn't usually, she's kind of hit and miss with scoring. And, tonight she's looking confident and, going up with her shot confidently. I watched her a lot last year too, and, she just didn't seem like, oh, should I shoot it or should I not? Now she gets the ball, she drives the hoop, or she'll, she's developed like a little turnaround jumper, fadeaway jumper in the key, which that's great. Goes along with the whole hustle. But, Phoenix is a good team. They have a number of different players that can hurt you. And, this Natasha Mack, I've been watching her all season. She is, Allyssa Thomas does her thing. But, Natasha Mack, she kept so many not necessarily rebounds. She did get those, but she also kept the ball alive for the Mercury to get extra possessions. And she's very tough down low. You don't necessarily notice her that much, but, if you really pay attention to her, she's part of the glue that, keeps the Mercury together in games and stuff. She's not going to score that much, but boy, she's quite the defender. She blocks shots, and she's really tough to get past if you're the opposing center. I mean, she was giving Boston problems tonight. Well, Boston only shot 5 for 15. Natasha Mack is playing really well this year, which is definitely helping Phoenix, along with their other players. But she had 10 rebounds in this game. So, shooting percentages, the Fever actually outshot them. Phoenix shot better from the floor, 45%. But the Fever shot 42%. But from three-point land, the Fever shot 36%, and Phoenix only shot 28%. But the big difference was at the foul line. Phoenix went to the foul line 23 times. The Fever only went there 8 times. So that's they had 6. The Mercury had 19 points at the foul line, and the Fever only got 6 there. Rebounding was pretty close. The Fever out-rebounded them by 4. Turnovers were close. Points off turnovers were close. Points in the paint were really close. This game came down to the foul shots. Just Phoenix went to the line more. You had Bonner 6 for 6 from the line. Thomas was 5 for 8. Sabally was 4 for 4. That's a lot of foul shots. So, breaking down the scoring, you had by quarters, You had, I mean, it was a tight game in the first half, the first quarter, 25-23. Phoenix was ahead, but then that second quarter just kind of hurt the Fever. Phoenix almost doubled them up, 29-16, and then the Fever had to fight back from that, and they did. To their credit, they did. They got it down to either 5 or 7 points in the third and fourth quarter, but just couldn't get over that hump. Phoenix did enough to hold them off. So the Fever outscored Phoenix 18-13 in the third, and then 22-18 in the fourth, which gave the Mercury the 85-79 victory. So that now puts Phoenix 26-14 in that three-way tie for, I guess you would say, second place. And then the Fever have dropped to 21-20, and they are in a three-way tie with Seattle and the Sparks. So those three teams are probably going to be fighting for that last playoff spot. The interesting thing is that the Sparks have more games left than either team, and the Storm have the least. But the Storm have to play the Valkyries and New York. So those are not going to be easy games for them. So, but the Sparks also have to play Atlanta twice. Oh, I forget who else they're playing, but the Sparks have a tough road ahead this last week. But it's going to be exciting. It's always exciting when teams are fighting for their lives, and just very fun to watch. So looking at the Fever's scoring, Lexi Hull 18 points, very nice game for her. 46%. She was 6 for 13 overall, 3 for 7 from 3, and she was 3 for 3 from the foul line. She got a steal, 2 turnovers, an assist, and 5 rebounds. Howard, 4 points. They definitely needed more from her in this game. She had 2 turnovers. She did get a block, 2 turnovers, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And then Boston, 11 points. She had 4 turnovers, 7 assists, and 8 rebounds. And she just didn't shoot very well. But I attribute that to Natasha Mack. And then just Phoenix's overall defense. Kelsey Mitchell, she did everything she could. 29 points. She had 3 steals, 3 turnovers, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. She was 2 for 2 from the line, 5 for 9 from 3, and 11 for 20 overall, which is 55%. That's she did her thing. Odyssey Sims, she didn't shoot well. She was 2 for 9. She had 5 points, 2 assists. Shea Petty didn't score. Turner had 4 points. She had 6 rebounds. Dantas had 2 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. And then Ariel Powers had 6 points. She was 3 for 8. 5 assists, 5 rebounds, and 1 turnover. So that rounds out the scoring for the Fever. And then we have, 5 players in double figures for the Mercury. Satu Sabali had 13 points, 1 steal, 1 assist, 2 rebounds. She was 4 for 9 overall, 1 for 2 from 3. And then Allyssa Thomas, she had 23 points, but she didn't get a double-double or triple-double in this. She was close, though. She had 9 assists and 9 rebounds. But she also had 6 turnovers. She was 9 for 17 overall and 5 for 8 from the free throw line. Natasha Mack, 4 points. She had a block, a steal, 10 rebounds. She was 2 for 5 overall. Like I said, she doesn't score much, but boy, she helps out doing all that other stuff. Kalia Copper, 11 points. She had a steal, 2 turnovers, 3 rebounds. She was 4 for 10, 1 for 5 from 3. Akoa Makani had 3 points. She had 6 assists. She had a block and 2 steals, 3 rebounds. Sammy Whitcomb, 100% all around. She was 3 for 3 overall, 2 for 2 from 3, and 2 for 2 at the line. She also had 7 assists, and that gave her 10 points. Westbeld had 2 points. She was 1 for 4. Dewanna Bonner had 19. She was 6 for 11. and then got 6 points at the foul line. And then Lexi held. She only played 4 minutes. She didn't. She took 2 shots and didn't score. So that rounds this one out for the Fever and the Mercury. And I don't know who they're playing next. Let me have a look. I don't know. But, it's definitely playoff implications. And, we'll see how the rest of this week and next week, I guess it's like, I don't know what day of the week the 11th is. What is that, 9 days? So, like a Thursday. So the season ends on next Thursday. So everybody's got to bring their A game for another week and a half. And we'll see how it all turns out. It's going to be interesting, to say the least. Okay, everybody, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.